filming for us today for Facebook Live. And I'm so glad that y'all are here with me. If you need to pull up some more chairs, you're welcome to do so. And kiddos are welcome to come sit in the front. And we are going to start out by standing up and we'll sing our welcome song. We sing, if you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, stomp your feet. If you're happy and you know it, spin around. If you're happy and you know it, spin around. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, spin around. If you're happy and you know it, sit right down. If you're happy and you know it, sit right down. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it. If you're happy and you know it, sit right down. All right, well, if you've been here so far from my other story time this month, you know that this week we're talking about the zoo. Who likes to go to the zoo? Yeah? And who likes penguins? Do you like penguins? Well, that's what we're going to talk about today, are penguins. And today is a STEAM story time. If you don't know, STEAM stands for science, technology, engineering, art, and math. So at the end of the day, at the end of story time, we're going to do a little experiment related to penguins. All right, but we're going to start it out by reading some penguin books. This one is called Tacky the Penguin, and it was written by Helen Lester. There once lived a penguin. His home was a nice icy land he shared with his companions. Do you see him up there on the iceberg? Yeah. His companions were named Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect. His name was Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird. Every day, Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect greeted each other quietly and politely. Tacky greeted them with a hearty slap on the back and a loud, "What's happening?"
The penguin is going under the water.
Yeah, penguins can swim though, so it's okay. Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect always marched 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tacky always marched 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 0, 2.5, 0. Look at him flopped over.
We're going straight left.
His companions were graceful divers, and Tacky liked to do splashy cannonballs. Goodly, Lovely, Angel, Neatly, and Perfect always sang pretty songs like Sunrise on the Iceberg. Tacky liked to sing songs like How Many Toes Does a Fish Have? Tacky was an odd bird.
3.
You think they have 3?
Penguins have 3.
Good guess. Sorry, they do have 3 little toes, don't they? One day the penguins heard the thump, thump, thump of feet in the distance. This could only mean one thing. Hunters had come. Oh no. They came with maps and traps and rocks and locks, and they were rough and tough. And as the thump, thump, thump grew closer, the penguins could hear the growling voices chanting, "We're going to catch some pretty penguins, and we'll march them with a switch, and we'll sell happening?" glared Tacky, giving one hunter an especially hearty slap on the back. They growled, "We're hunting for penguins. That's what's happening." "Penguins," said Tacky. "Do you mean those birds that march neatly in a row?" And he marched 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 6, 0, 2.5, 0. The hunters looked puzzled. Do you think he did what they were expecting him to? No. "Do you mean those birds that dive so gracefully?" Tacky asked. And he did a splashy cannonball. The hunters looked wet. "Do you mean those birds that sing such pretty songs?" Tacky began to sing, and from behind the block of ice came the voices of his companions, all singing as loudly and as dreadfully as they could. They sang, "How many toes does a fish have? And how many wings on a cow? I wonder, yep, I wonder." The hunters could not stand the horrible singing. This could not be the land of the pretty penguins. They ran away with their hands passed tightly over their ears, leaving behind their maps and traps and rocks and locks, and not looking at all rough and tough. A goodly, lovely, angel, neatly, and perfect hugged Tacky. Tacky was an odd bird, but a very nice bird to have around. The end. All right, everybody, let's stand up. We're going to sing a little song. All right, who do we have here? Penguin, and what do we think this is?
Iceberg.
An iceberg. All right, now Penguin wants to go over the iceberg to see what he can see. So let's sing that song. The penguin went over the iceberg. The
Penguin went over the iceberg. The penguin went over the iceberg
to see what he
can see.
What's around? What's around to see?
Water.
Water. What else?
Ice.
Ice. All he can see is the other side of the iceberg. And that's how this part of the verse goes. The other side of
The iceberg, the other side of the iceberg, the other side of the iceberg
was
all that he could see.
All right, let's sing it one more time all together now that we know the words. The penguin
Went over the iceberg, the penguin went over the iceberg, the penguin went over the iceberg to see what he could see. The other side of the iceberg, the other side of the iceberg, the other side of the iceberg was all that he could see.
Great job. Give yourselves a round of applause. I'm going to do a little finger play. So I need you to take 2 fingers. These are going to be our penguins. We have 2 little penguins sitting on the ice. One bows once. Can you make your finger bow? Tilting in half. And one bows twice. Waddle away, penguins, waddle away. Scoot behind your back. Come back, penguins. Time to play. All right, can we do it one more time? Put up your fingers, your 2 penguins. 2 little penguins sitting on the ice. One bows once, and one bows twice. Waddle away, penguins, waddle away. Come back, penguins, time to play. Great job. Her mother feeds her one last meal before she sets out across the ice. She passes emperor penguins heading inland to their own nesting grounds. All right, you see her? Oh, look how much taller these emperor penguins are than she is.
Big!
Yeah, emperor penguins are really big.
They're the tallest
Yeah,
penguins on the
that's
planet.
true. Until finally she reaches the water edge. There's nothing left to do except, what do we think she's going to do?
Swim and catch fish?
Yeah, you think she's going to jump in?
Yes.
Jump! She cannot fly, but in the water she is as swift and as graceful as any bird in the sky. Her streamline shape makes her an excellent swimmer. She travels many, many miles each day in search of food. What did we say that she eats?
Fish.
She eats fish, that's right. The open southern waters where giants swim. Oh, you were right, we found some whales. What else do we see on this page that we haven't talked about yet?
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Squid.
Who's this one?
Walrus.
Well, it's close to a walrus. Walrus have tusks. It has a horn. A narwhal. That's right. And deep under the ice where a colorful world lies hidden. Here she finds plenty of krill, fish, and squid to eat.
Polar bears probably live there too.
But she has to avoid becoming food herself. Oh no.
That's a leopard seal.
But phew, she made a narrow escape.
That's a leopard seal.
A leopard seal. That's cool. She heads further north where she discovers fur seals and strange colorful penguins. So these have little mohawks. It may be many years before this young chick returns to solid land, but until then, her thick layer of fat keeps her warm throughout the short winter days.
Those colorful penguins are macaroni penguins.
Macaroni penguins. Cool. And during the long, bitter, cold nights where she rests on the floating ice,
What does that mean?
until a new sun rises on another day on our blue planet. The end. We're going to tell one last story about penguins, and I'm going to need your help because we're going to be counting. Who's ready to count? Yeah. All right. We're going to put our penguins up on their iceberg. Can you count us? We can probably have 1,
2,
3,
4, 5,
and 6.
6.
We have 6 little penguins on this iceberg. Well, 6 little penguins off an iceberg did dive. 1 bumped his beak, and then there were 5. 5 little penguins swam the ocean floor. 1 saw a whale, and then there were
4 more.
4. 4 little penguins spun around saying wee. 1 spun off, and then there were
3.
3. 3 little penguins with nothing to do. 1 went fishing, and then there were 2. 2 little penguins having lots of fun. 1 fell off, and then there was 1. 1 little penguin, when the day was done, went home to sleep, and then there were 9 or 0. Either way, great counting, everyone. All right, I'm going to pull our penguin whiteboard. Can we start out? Does anyone know what this is called? A xylophone. That's right. And this is something a doctor takes. It's an X-ray. All right. Those are two that start with X, and the rest have X in them. We have a box, which ends with X. We have a 6, which ends in X. We have a box and a axe. All right. And all of those words have X in them. So I'm going to pass out our whiteboards, and we can practice writing the letter X. Octopus very cute.
There we go. Now you can bring it forward in the box.
Look, go get the eraser. Eliza K, can he return the eraser, please? James wants to return something. Thank you.
All right, thank you everybody. I have one more thing to pass out to y'all today. I might be giving it away. We have some instruments. Just take one more off. Just take one. All right, once you have your instruments, please step away from the box so that everybody can get one.
And if there's anything left there, you say.
Love that train. Guys, take her back.
What do you have, Mary? Oh.
There you go.
clap and sing goodbye. We clap and sing goodbye. With our friends and story time, we clap and sing goodbye. We stomp and sing goodbye. We stomp and sing goodbye. With our friends and story time, we stomp and sing goodbye. Smile and sing goodbye.